Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Katowice for the Intel Challenge. I'm Alex Machine Richardson, and I've got Sapphire and Yanko standing by to dissect and to introduce our second map in our grand finals here. It is the women's tournament. We have got ourselves just 2 teams. We started with 8, and now they battle on this stage in front of that ever loud Katowice crowd. That was poetic. I didn't even mean to do it. But Cash is the next map. These are maps that we are starting to find a little bit of trends, definitely turning up more often than others in this current matchup, and also from these teams later or earlier on down the line. Of course, we saw them in the semi-finals earlier on today, and prior to that, provided by those good old Aussie casters. Sapphire, starting with you then, into Cash. I can't help but remind myself about that CLG Cash performance.
Yeah, so that was actually CLG's best performance of the day on Cash. They had a really strong T side, and that's kind of the whole storyline we saw today, is teams have really been struggling on offense. However, on Cash, CLG had a great performance against Karma. That match did end up going into overtime, where they won. WRTP hasn't played Cash yet this event, but I looked back at some previous events. ESWC 2015, WRTP eliminated LDLC, which we saw before, 16-3 on Cash. So probably a strong map for both teams.
I'm taking that with a pinch of salt, because that also happened on Cobble. It also nearly happened on Train, right?
Correct, correct. And that was without Zaz back in the day.
Oh, damn,
so,
okay.
These 2 teams, again, faced off on Cash in the ESWC Grand Finals. CLG won 16-7, but again, like I said, without Zaz. And with Zaz now, yes, it's 4 of the 5 same players, but this feels like a whole new team, the way they're playing, and they have this veteran leadership from Zaz.
And how about you, Yanko? Expectations coming into Cash. We can, you can take a wider step back if you'd like.
Yeah, I'm not really sure about WRTP's T side, because we haven't seen them play Cash, right? But I think that it's going to be a much tougher task for CLG on their T side than they had in their semifinal match, simply because I think that the WRTP players are probably the most skilled here, and it's, of course, it's a different task, right? Going against obviously better players, how are the same strats going to work, and so on. And I'm pretty confident in what I saw on Mirage. I think that the WRTP is going to close it out here 2-0.
So kind of expectations are high, and looking to see CLG not make that win yet again. They were foiled before last year, and now the defending champions are 1 map up in the series. Yanko's already made his prediction clear. Heather, is this really happening?
I think it's happening. I'm going with
North
WRTP.
America. Oof, okay. I just thought you might have to be on the plane home with some of these guys. Just so
we might. We live by each other, but I've never seen CLG get beat that hard. And like I said, the score does not tell the full story, and that's got to hurt them right now. Yeah,
and you've already mentioned the kind of the power of emotions on either of these teams. Losing a map can sometimes be catastrophic, especially when there is so much on the line. I mean, this truly is a testing time for both of these teams, and it is going to be crunch time right here, right now. And so, Cash begins, and so does CLG's attempt at a comeback, trying to take us into that 3rd map, which will be Inferno if we need it. Your casters, though, are ready to dive in, and so are we. It's going to be Henry G and Sadokist. What have you got?
We've got a great game before us, Alex. It is going to be Cash, and I think Yanko's spot on in just saying that the Cash could be even harder than CLG's first challenge this morning on it, especially with this aggression that they're up against.
Yeah, absolutely. It feels like CLG haven't really turned up on the T side here, struggling significantly with the strategy part of the game. Cash is more of a basic map than Mirage. You don't really have to rely on the heavy executes going forward. They can be there. It's more of a hybrid style map. You can rely very heavily on working the picks, and Potter was starting to warm up towards the end there. She's the AWP player, and she was making some decent picks in the second half, but there we go, a little bit of noise. Let's get going, guys. This is the knife round. We won't get too hyped just yet, but knife round definitely going to be favouring towards the CT side here. We're getting straight into it.
Yeah, I would say less the Mirage, perhaps, if you
absolutely.
look at it
like
that way.
It's just more comfortable for most teams, right?
Yeah, and even some of the, top teams, the Tier 1 teams, NIP, TSM, they've elected to start out on the T side multiple occasions on this map. So there's not as much of an obvious choice, but I still would, in my opinion, go to the CT side if I could.
I think that's what they've done as well. It looks like we're getting readied up here. It's going to be Cash. This is a best of 3. If we run this place, take this one, they will be crowned champions here and taking home that $30,000. But CLG not going down without a fight. They're definitely experienced veterans. And it's looking like we're getting ready to get into the second map. So We'll have a look at the buyers coming in. It's going to be WeRunThisPlace standing on the T side, CLG Red on the CT side. But ladies and gentlemen, you've been amazing all week. Let's make some noise. Let's get the hype back in the building as we go into the second map here. 3 sets of armor, make it 4 now. Vilga on the utility. We have got CLG Red with 3 sets of armor themselves and 2 smokes just to hold off that mid-aggression. It's looking like all 5 players actually for WRTP going straight for a B rush.
Yes, and they are going to be successful at stopping the first challenger as well. Miss Harvey down on entrance, smoke already off on the CT cross, and pretty straightforward now for WeRTP to try and get that bomb planted as the rotates do come in. Giuliano is also going to go back to mid and go for the fight herself. It's going to be Benita that goes against her, and Giuliano just jumps around the corner. Thank you very much. I'll take the USP as well and go back and try and tap some heads off your teammates, but Potter isn't going to allow that to be so easily done as she'll catch her once more, trying to rotate back around and flank out Kath. Leaves us still 1 down on the CLG side, but Potter's going to make up for that as well. She finds Mimi, and now the retake is entirely possible. Potter might be stopped, but it's still 2-on-2, and Dai has the kit.
Well, they have planted as well. Bomb ticking away. They have got the kit, but is Zaz trying to put an end to this as well? The defuse coming in. It's just a tap, though. It's going to be the fake defuse. 1-on-1. Now it comes in fully, and it's a simple execution there towards the end. Straight to the head of Dai. Zaz wins the round and picks up 3 frags as well. It looked like a very convincing case there for WRTP to kick things off. Giuliano with that aggression towards middle from the vents, but a decent retake coming in from CLG brings it down to the 1-on-1, but perfect plant situation. And we have got a pause coming on. I'm assuming this is technical, Matt. And it looks like...
Totally tactical, Henry.
Yeah, tactical at this stage, yeah. Let's work out what we're doing. But it looked like a mouse is Potter lagged out, yeah. Gear broke or something. So that's going to be WeRunThisPlace taking that pistol. I'm assuming we will see the force buy from CLG Red into this round. Obviously, Potter won't be investing fully into it, but pause will be coming in. We'll have a look at the buy for WRTP as well. They have got 3 SMGs. One of those is a Mac 10 on Zaz. Giuliano with the AK-47. So they've gone for a more tactical pilot this time, making sure they have utility to work with. Smoke grenades, flashbangs, HEs, and Vilga just on that Tech 9. Looking to bring out the early AWP, I think. So hopefully we'll get this issue sorted and see how CLG Red can bounce back into this. It was WeRunThisPlace who forced ball in the second round of Mirage and managed to win that round and got that massive momentum started. We'll be able to see CLG do the same thing.
Well, it's a chance, but first and foremost, they need a mouse.
That would help first. Get a mouse, and that's...
and go from there.
Yeah, get that working, and then you have a much better chance of getting...
Aiming with the arrow keys doesn't work. Aiming with the keyboard does if you're flush it, but aiming with the arrow keys doesn't work.
I prefer to use the steering wheel and pedals. That's,
yeah.
I found that's a little top tip if you want to try that one out.
Yes. Yeah, yes.
Yes.
I have no combat to that.
You used to be wittier, Matt.
I used to be. Yes.
No, you're just going with the Yanko, yes.
I've put up with you and Yanko for too long. I've lost my wit. You've killed me, Henry G, slowly over time.
One day. Just give me 6 more months. Sharing rooms with you.
Yeah, that's true.
Well then.
I mean, we basically live in hotels.
Yeah, together. So we're like, people say we're a married couple. It's actually worse than a married couple in a way because not only do we...
It's true, because if I kill you, I don't get any of your assets.
But my point is that we work together all day, then we spend in the same room all night. It's literally a 24-hour experience. But I wouldn't want it any other way, man. It's the way I like it.
It is good. Caster life, best life. Do you know what happens after this game's over?
What has happened?
For the first time in 8 weeks, I get to go home and have a week off.
Nice. What's your next event? We're going to... Oh, well,
I don't think it's announced yet.
Let's not say that then.
Yeah. So we can't.
We are going to lots of events coming up soon. Obviously, warming up for the major as well. We're going to try and get some casting hours under our belt so we can nail that one. It's been a while since we casted together. Feels like we've been hosting a long time.
I know. I'm sorry. Alex tried to come in and tear us apart.
Yeah, I'm not having any of it. I said it's Matt or nothing for this tournament.
I appreciate you.
Good, I appreciate you as well. But it's looking like we still have the issue going on there. It was Potter's gear that died on her. It looked like the mouse that was the one that completely failed.
I think they've just restarted the unit, the computer,
the unit,
the tower, the machine, and then they'll jump back in. Not that machine, not Alex. There's no restarting him. We just slowly let him crash. No one's going to help him.
Well, it's looking like I've just had the word in my ear. It's going to be 30 seconds till we're back into this one. So, Potter, problem has been rectified, and we will be getting back into this. If you are just joining us, this is the best of 3 grand final here at the Intel Challenge Katowice. It is currently 1-0 in favor of the European side. WeRunThisPlace. They had a very convincing win on Mirage. As the analyst desk said, I don't think 16-10 does the game justice, but CLG Red definitely an established and experienced team, been to many grand finals, won many tournaments, And I'm sure they'll be looking for revenge here on the second map. It's going to be Cash. And WeRunThisPlace have won the pistol so far. We are in a technical timeout right now.
And I would dissect the buy right now, but I can't, well, yeah, we can't really say it. I'm not sure. I can't see if Potter's got her headphones on or not. Actually, she didn't. So good thing we didn't say anything, Henry.
I did kind of say something.
We've upheld the integrity of the game.
I actually did say something.
You are an awful person.
I think they still had the headsets on there, so it's fine. To be fair, they know they're going to buy guns after winning the pistol.
All right, that is true.
So I don't think it's giving too much away, to be honest. But there we go. We are back into this one, ladies and gentlemen. Sorry for the delay. We will be going back into this. It's looking at the buy for CLG Red. We've got nothing purchased as of yet. I'm sure they will be buying something to this. Most teams will be force buying on the second round after losing the pistol. It's actually going to be a full-on eco, you know, not a single bit purchased at all, just a flashbang on Kath. That's about the orders to report here as we go into round number 2.
Go for an immediate boost as well. 2 players up. Zaz will stay with bomb. 3 players inside the A site. Looked like they were going to go with the flash play toward A main and get some control. They've elected to stay more passive. Now it comes in. Benita's going to realize there's nobody here. Now, do they elect to rotate one of the 3 on this information alone, or do they sit? And there you go. That's the answer. Kath's going to go.
That's not really much I can do here. They only got the P2000 and 4 USPs. The flashbang has been used as well. Not really going for any real aggression here, but the terrorists have fully taken over middle. Vilga moved their attention towards highway as well. He's going to get shot in the back here. It's actually a little bit sloppy. Her teammate's not covering her in that situation, but there it is. The first frag comes in favor of CLG Red. They've got the 5-on-4 advantage. Nicking out, looking towards the vent, seeing if a boost is coming in, but Benita, this is aggressive and should be taken down here. There it is, Zaz with the Mac 10. Brings it back to a 4-on-4, Mimi chiming in as well.
So far, so good. SMGs with 2 kills. Henry, you know what that means?
I don't know what that means.
You do.
What?
Money, money, baby.
Oh, yes, I do. I forgot.
It worse than it has to. It's a terrible line. Why do we keep using it?
I don't know. It's
Either way, yeah, it is definitely the worst. But it's like gap in the smoke. Thankfully, it's pistols they're against. No AWP to punish such positioning, but it'll allow them more so to get the bomb over nonetheless. Although be careful, Kath. That was an opportune moment to try and get a headshot on the planter. 21 seconds. Would have still been re-grabbed quite easily, but it's now Miss Harvey versus 4. And the 1 AK, Giuliano's hands, is safe and sound to move forward. The investment more than paying off, and Mimi getting a pretty good paycheck after this round as well.
Indeed, just Miss Harvey now. She may be able to pick up a kill here. Can hear some footsteps and a gunshot from Nikki, but going to expose herself, and she will be taken down in the end. Pretty clean round there for WeRunThisPlace after dropping that first frag in the form of Vilga. We're going to round number 3 now. CLG Red do have a little bit of investment to make here. You can see a 5-7 purchase on Dite, and the rest of the guys will be joining her as well. PT50s and CZs purchased, and a flashbang. That normally means to me that's going to be like an aggressive A main take, maybe flashing the team in and actually seeing if they can find something with this. Yeah, it looks like that's exactly what's going to be happening right now. Kath with that flashbang, but once again, WRTP going for that mid control, boosting players up. And here comes the flashbang play, getting nice and close, waiting until they hear a footstep perhaps, and then they'll be flashed in, trying to gain some intel here.
So very similar setup, and one of the issues last time was giving up so much of middle without even trying to get intel from it. They'll do the same here, but they haven't flashed in or rotated off of A too soon, so it's actually a little stronger in that sense that there's 3 still on the site. And Vilga is going to be the first to find this out.
There's the flashbang into A main. And the Air Force control of the B storage as well. Giuliano does take down Miss Harvey, and now Vilga caught once again towards the highway. Does manage to find one though, bring it into a 4-on-3. Bomb still down towards middle here, not really committing towards the bomb site, but Giuliano has got full control of the B storage area. Dye's going to be alone on the B side as well. Giuliano needs to be careful here. There are CTs rotating in, smoke towards the CT spawn entrance, and they're looking like the full execute towards B now.
And they go, smoke off, Potter no way through it. She's going to try and do damage where she can, but it's Giuliano and Zaz that'll find the kills instead. And Benita, 1 versus 4, bomb going down. P250 invested, no armor. Just going to try and do some exit kills, try and get some damage done to the economy before we do get 1 round closer. And go into the gun round next. Good kill by Mimi, nice shot indeed. Now we'll be getting the guns out for CLG. They've got enough to go for an AWP quite comfortably, oddly enough, on Benita, but she's not the one to normally wield it, so it's going to be a drop, or is Potter's going to go and get her own. I like it.
Yeah, they actually saved a lot of cash here. Didn't go for the force buy whatsoever, making sure they have all this utility, got defuse kits, full rifles as well, and of course Potter on the AWP, as I said before. On Mirage, she really was starting to come to life there, finding the picks on the CT half. Let's see what she can bring to the table this time. Looking like she'll be alone towards the A-bomb site. We'll be smoking out towards A-main and going aggressive towards the squeaky door as well. There's going to be a player in the form of Juliana waiting for her, but she nails it, takes her down, and it's going to be the man advantage going in favor, make it a double for Potter, as Nikki does reply towards Kath as well, but they still have the player advantage here. And lots of frags exchange in the early stages of this round.
And that is exactly what they're going to need. You mentioned Potter getting warmed up on the last map, coming to life late into this one already with a bang. Huge impact in the first gun round as everything has to be slowed for WeRunThisPlace. Nikki's just trying to jump in, potentially spot someone or hear something going on toward middle as Vilga's going to hold A main so they can't push in, but eventually they've got to make a decision and go for a set execution. Benita's in a transition spot as well on the highway, so it does open up some room on the entry. Potter, though, is the one they confront, and we've already seen what she can do in the round. It's a third one, Vilga with the slow peek, and it's all too easy for Potter. Finally, a smoke to be deployed. That'll deter vision, but is she going to scurry to the right or stay where she is? Because Benita's already come over to support it, and Mimi's down on arrival.
Yeah, it's a very clean round so far. It's Potter just controlling that round, pushes in towards the squeaky door, finds that initial frag, and next two more as well. Very control play from her. I mean, WeRunThisPlace just weren't expecting that whatsoever. So 3-1, CLG Red not dropping too many players there as well. I think it was just one in the end, so very clean round, keep the money healthy. As we go into number 5, there will be a buy coming in from the Europeans. They have got 4 AKs and a Gillo on Vilga, so no AWP, but they have got plenty of grenades going forward. So we enter round number 5. Looking like a lot of players committed towards A at the moment. It's going to be Zaz going for that A storage control, and Vilga with the bomb working towards squeaky door. Just a little bit rattled by that AWP presence. Going to be playing a lot more passive here. Their shots are shot towards middle. We have got Mimi in towards the toxic area as well. We can see the boost coming in from the CTs as well on the bomb side, and Mimi actually nails her on the boost, and it's going to be countered straight away.
Waiting inside of that site, but Kath caught in the open. Juliana on the boost is going to find the kill. It's now 2 in the lead, and we talk about this situation, Henry, in Counter-Strike with the current economy. If you win the first gun and you get reset immediately after, in some ways it's much, much worse because you only get the 1400, whereas if you lose 5 straight, you build up and can get back into the game much sooner.
Yeah. The good news is they only dropped 1 player in that first gun round, so that it's not as bad as the situation as it normally would be, but it may not even be over yet because Potter does find Zaz. That's going to be the distraction play towards A, though. 4 players poised towards B and dying on the bomb site. Needs to hold them off. Going to be dropping Incendiary and just about gets away with her life there.
Right one, though, and that goes toward Checker. That cuts off 2 players. Bombs dropped. Dai's doing a great job inside of the site, but Mimi will eventually silence her. Speaking of silenced, it's the M4A1 tapping away from Heaven, trying to cut off the cross, but they'll get there in the end. And the bomb goes down. It's now the retake game. 1 kit to work with. It's on Benita, as Potter will try and get the early shot. She has no information as to where they're playing inside the site right now, checking the default corners, but no one's peeking. It's disciplined right now. And it will stay that way. They've got to force the issue. In they go. Juliana with 1 good trade by Benita, but heavily outnumbered, and the angle's set. WeRunThisPlace, resetting the economy of CLG.
Yeah, it is the reset, but you can see Potter and Miss Harvey do have cash to play over. So does Dai as well. So they could do a force buy here and have 3 rifles and potentially a shotgun or an upgraded pistol for the others as well. They actually could go for a more conservative approach here. So it is 4-1, and after losing the subsequent gun round there, they will just be taking this eco on the chin. So going to round number 6, 4 AKs for WeRunThisPlace, and Vilga on that reconnaissance stance will be with the Tech 9. They haven't got a single flashbang, the CTs here, so they're just going to be playing more of a default setup here. Not going to be stacking or pushing at all, just holding towards 4 over 2 players. Potter maybe getting a little bit more aggressive here as well.
It might be in a decent position with that pistol. They're going to try and set up a bait and switch play. Molotov's in the hands, though, of WeRunThisPlace, and that is a common spot to deploy one to try and push anyone back from that forklift. As Vilga is going to play the lurk. Aggressive peek from Kath, considering she's not flashed in. Potter follows that, and they do get punished because Zaz came back into position, and Vilga goes through the door on the invitation, catches them in transition, and completely unaware. It's down to just Dai and Miss Harvey. And Mimi, rotating over with the AK, is going to find at least the first. Not really much left for Dai to do except exactly that as she comes back over with the deagle. Shots fired but can't find the headshot, and Juliano will prevail in the end.
Good communication there from the European squad. As soon as they spot that aggression towards A main, we see the reaction coming in straight away. Vilga with that Tech 9 is running out squeaky door, taking them down, clean headshots, and farming some cash as well. As we're going to round number 7, there is another buy for CLG Red. 2 Famouses though. Benita and Miss Harvey going to be rolling with those. They have got a kit to play with, but more importantly, one of the key players of this half so far, Potter, has got the AWP. We did see some heavy aggression towards that squeaky door to kick things off in the first gun round. She's doing it again. She will be going towards A main this time and trying to find that first kill. We're going to be flashed off for now. She will be making her way back towards the bomb site. The T's yet to commit to anything. We have got Zaz slowly but surely making her way towards A main here. But the CT's just going to be holding back and waiting for the first pick.
Potter with the tight angle as well with that AWP is going to try and hope that no one considers that location. As Kath and Benita are going to play the swing. Double smokes out a mid, and Benita's actually going to go for something like Apex elects to do. Rather than try and go back through them unknowingly and unaware of what lies on the other side of mid, it's the full rotation back from truck into Z connector. And it gets her in a decent position late, where if they were pushed already toward highway, she could actually get a flank out of it. So Apex is very good at using that. It's nice to see Benita trying the same approach. Giuliano, though, does surpass her and manage to get in toward the vents, and this now means a drop set strat toward the B site, and Miss Harvey, already low on HP, is pushed back, has to play off of die. And Benita, though, thankfully does pick up one. She's back in the vents. This could slow it down considerably. Giuliano has to take that fight, but meanwhile, the execution is coming in. Die's gone down, and it's Giuliano still waiting for Benita. She will fall in the end, but the site is given up, and the bomb will go down. Man advantage still, though, for CLG. We'll see if this time they can get better off toward the site and get better positions with Potter early. As Mimi's going to spout it out, just spots up the lag of Potter, but in turn gets lagged through the box and downed on the second shot. Potter started off, she's found Vilga. They're going to try and set the crossfire, go for the trade at the very least, but Benita is going to do better than that. She uses the distraction, and CLG is going to get the defuse.
Nice round from CLG Red coming in there. And little information to go by, so went for the flashing towards A main. They find that first pick, Star rotating as well, and Benita doing some good work after losing the mid control. She really took it through the vents, found that first kill, and took down Giuliano, who's waiting in checkers as well. Decent retake coming in from that, and he dropped 2 players as well. So getting the bomb down, WeRunThisPlace still do have enough cash to buy into this one, but CLG Red winning a big round there. Scoreline's currently 5-2. We have got 5 AKs and a decent amount of utility for the terrorists going forward, but Potter still such a strong force and finding those opening kills, and we'll see what she can bring to the table this round.
CLG support in the crowd. Try and get them rolling into this game. A good chance here to fast track this CT side. Potter once again goes for the flash in toward A main, get that early pick. Miss Harvey's got a good spot as well. We always talk about how the vents are viable. Such a good way to cover off, but with B in mid based on the call. Now, we also know that a Molotov, if thrown and landed in there correctly, will force her back immediately. So far, no one's setting that up just yet. If they did as well, Mimi's ready to catch when Harvey falls back toward the checker room, but having a flash go out, that was well-timed, CLG, to get Miss Harvey into safety.
Indeed. 5-4 now. WeRunThisPlace can just bide their time a little bit. You can see the reaction coming in from Kath, pushing into A storage, getting towards those locker areas, and Zaz is going to be on the other side of the wall, walking straight past her and making her way towards the squeaky door as well. We have got the AWP player in the form of Potter on the A bomb side as well, so Nikki, now this kill is going to be big. We saw the reaction coming from Kath, but Nikki's going to be checking it, but it's a lovely shot from Kath there to take it down, bring it back to a 4-4, make it a double kill as well. 2 headshots coming in, and she's found the bomb as well.
Bomb is crucial in this situation. Huge play by Kath to get the round back in line, but Zaz, she comes out late from the door. She's caught them both off. Once Potter went down, Kath was left as a sitting duck inside of the site, and it's all of a sudden changed back as Giuliano has already made her way toward the truck. A shot on Miss Harvey means that it's just left on die, and Zaz gets her. What a recovery. It looked like finally Kath had the round.
Yeah, Kath there, they had to do something after you lose a player on the map like Kath. You need to be retaking, gaining some real estate there. She gets towards the lockers, finds a double kill, and gets the bomb as well. But it's Zaz, who's been so impressive in these key situations, finds 3 frags on the site there, headshots towards the end. Very impressive round, and I think this will be more of a tactical timeout now for CLG Red. They have had the hard reset now. It's going to be an average about 2.5k for the team. And they need to work out how they're going to handle this going forward. Potter does have 4,200 though, so she could drop a few pistols. They could make it interesting in that manner, but it's looking like an eco will be coming into play here. WeRunThisPlace currently up 6-2. They have got 4 AKs at the moment. Vilga, considering her buy, I think she's been dropped an AK-47, so we'd assume this round will be going heavily in their favour. But CLG Red can be very deadly with the pistols. We did see that on Mirage, and you can see the guys are just currently discussing how they go forward with this one. Most teams will take the tactical timeout before their next gun round, but they decided to take it this time. Maybe they've got something up their sleeve. Maybe they will consider a force buy.
I mean, it is a possibility at this point in time. Round 9. Reset coming in, but money as well on the T side is light enough that if they can force buy and be successful in it, it suddenly does get them immediately back into the game. The force is going to be so limited. I'm not sure the force is with this one, Henry.
I'm not doing Star Wars jokes.
Why?
Not
Oh,
really
let me
film.
guess. You haven't seen that film.
I've seen Star Wars. I think everyone's seen Star Wars.
Sometimes I question whether or not you've done the normal things.
I'm definitely not normal, but I think everyone's seen that film. Surely.
You don't like it.
It's all right. It's fine. I think it's a little bit overhyped.
Is it?
Yeah, it's good. It's fine.
Which one's your favorite?
A New Hope?
I'm impressed. I don't even know the names of them. You have to number them for me.
Okay,
Yeah, which one was that?
first one.
Oh, there you go. Literally the first one? Like the third one, or the first one made, or the
First
third
one
one?
made.
The first one made, so the third one. Fourth one, technically
Yeah,
speaking.
whatever, mate.
Yeah, see? It is confusing. Told you. It's not simple science.
I don't know how we've got here, but yes, you are watching Counter-Strike right now
With a touch of Star Wars.
with a touch of Star Wars.
Han Solo. Nah, just kidding.
Don't you dare.
Just kidding.
I'm sure Twitch chat will take care of that
Yeah,
for you.
that's
They'll
fine.
finish it off.
I've already spoiled enough in my past.
You have. But it looks like the unpause is coming out now. It's going to be CLG Red. Looking like they will be on the eco here. Going to have some upgraded pistols. P250s, P2000 and USPs, AKs, P250 on Vilga. No AWP or drop there. So she just won the pistol, but that's absolutely fine considering it's a pretty much fully go for the CT. 3 players stacked towards middle. That has been a heavy area of contention for the terrorists. And going to be boosting up there once again, looking for this first frag.
Giuliano already over, busting out the vent. So there's no one to get cheeky behind it. Apparently, by the way, the vent update is in order, but look at this aggression toward mid. Benita comes back around. They managed to pick up at least one with 4 players committed to this, and suddenly Benita gets a second. Despite Kath only have 1 HP, it's still a 3 versus 3. And plans are foiled heavily at a reverse boost as well. And Benita, oh, she goes back down. She could have easily tried to get in behind them toward A main, and they're going to send Kath instead. 1 HP. She'll get the information out of this. But it might just be a little bit too late because WeRunThisPlace have already found their way inside of the site. Crucially, though, she is throwing AKs back down into mid for her team.
They have found 2 kills, and here's a 3-on-3 with that bomb being planted, and Potter just salvaging that AK. I think she'll just be saving that one. And Kath with 1 HP as well. Not many options here for the CTs. At this point, though, WeRunThisPlace is trying to keep as many players as they can alive, and now setting up accordingly for exit kills of the CTs. Potter, a lot more defensive. We'll just be directly in T-spawn right now. And this bomb will be going up. We're going to 7-2. Have a look at the cash coming in next round. There will be $1,900 for the CTs available. So it's not going to be a fantastic buy. 2 players will be on about 3,900. And it's enough to get Famus's head armor in that sense. You can just get M4s and body armor. That'll be fine as well. And as we go into round number 10, WeRunThisPlace do get the bomb down. And Benita actually picking up an AWP as well. That's a nice find. And that will definitely help boost up this buy, make it a little bit more beefy as Potter does get dropped that orb.
I was just touching on the point. I just want to go back to it quickly. With Nuke being released with different vent setups, apparently,
yes, I know you're going there.
FMPONE has announced that they are looking into
The ones
changing
you can actually adjust.
Exactly,
yeah.
and you can use them on this map. They're looking at styles of implementing them because, as we saw, Giuliano immediately busts out the venom mid. It is sometimes tricky to see through, specifically in your peripherals if she's not looking directly at it. So getting rid of it, in that case, could become even more a probable strategy. But Giuliano flashing in. The aggression was out towards Squeaky, and that was very well executed. As soon as that door was open, Vilga gets ready to go once Giuliano flashes her back. And one way or another, that kill was always going to be secured. It's going to force the rotation from CLG Red toward the highway as well. But again, it's a retake. Another retake that CLG Red is faced with.
Yeah, really nice synergy there from WeRunThisPlace. Sensing that Potter may be towards that Squeaky area again, flashing her out. The teammates are ready to jump out of main as soon as she goes, but the CTs still fancy their chances this one. Going to make their way towards Forklift. It's going to be Cap leading the charge, desperately trying to find a kill, but such defensive setup here, and Vilga does take her down. Nikki chiming in as well. Benita trying to do what she can, drops Vilga, but still so much work to do here. It's such a difficult situation for the CTs. This could be 1 player remaining now. Miss Harvey is dropped, and that's just a very simple and effective approach to the map from WeRunThisPlace. Potter, that same aggression towards the Squeaky door, worked out in the first gun round. Not so fortunate this time.
Not so fortunate at all. 8-2 T side as well. WeRunThisPlace has had most of their success that we've seen, at least today, on their CT aggression. So this is even more scary for CLG Red. They have to respond immediately if they want a chance in this game. To do so, though, it's going to have to be at least complacent in the fact that they've only got pistols and perhaps wait for the next round.
Well, this is it. They did go 10-1 down on Mirage and managed to rectify their mistakes towards the end. So still plenty of time to work with here. We are only on round number 11. This one will be dropping against them. That's going to make it 9-2. A pretty clean and clinical procedure there for the Europeans, not dropping a single frag. And now we go into the next gun round. Round number 12. And they will be getting the M4s. I would like Potter to go towards B this time and actually just take the AWP there, have the anchor on that side. It seems like A is more favored for WeRunThisPlace right now. So that's what I'd be calling and saying, I just changed it up. Obviously, the AWP's becoming a little bit predictable towards that side. And Matt, I must be a mind reader because that's exactly what they've gone for.
You are actually incredibly good at predicting that kind of thing. Whatever you say, this is what you think they're going to do, they do it.
Yeah, well, I've played this game for
apparently you're Killgrave.
Yeah.
No, you haven't. You played Condition 0 and
That's
Source.
the best title that Counter-Strike ever had.
It's debatable.
The argument continues.
Well, Mimi already making her way toward Toxic. Slight gap in the smoke. Zaz trying to spot through it back toward Quad. That smoke is going to have even more of a gap for Zaz to try and take advantage of. All the way to Forklift, she can see. The boost, though, at the slide could catch her off if she transitions back across the mouth of that garage. Watch for a flash to come through here, though. And this is another one of those almost one-and-done situations because as soon as she's spotted, if she doesn't get the initial kill, when they fall down, the person at the door whops out. They have two players immediately in front of them. They go early. They fall off of it as soon as the Molotov's deployed. And it's going to be Nikki that follows the Molotov with a nade. Vilga over the top to find another with the AK. And instantly, the aggression and the execution is entirely fruitful for WeRunThisPlace.
Well, it's going to be a 5-on-3 now. Another retake coming in for Mimi with this great backstab coming in. Miss Harvey, I was about to say take it down in the back, but it's a fantastic shot there. Headshot. Nails it. And Potter now left with the AWP. No kit, just a HE. Do need to be saving that, I'm afraid. And she will give her position away towards City Spawn now, trying to get away as quickly as she can. She's actually decided to actually go in the actual spawn area and lock herself in. She will be taken down here, surely. Maybe able to find one kill. There it is, but they're going to be aware of her situation. There's no chance of letting her save that orb. I'll tell you that right now.
Oh, well, thank you for telling me, Henry.
Well, just in case
we'll see if you're correct. Giuliano's going to find it immediately on the first peek through the getaway truck.
The getaway truck.
Yeah, shady van, free candy.
Okay.
But we will see if they can find a way back in as we hit round 13. AWP for Potter, shotgun for Miss Harvey. It's all they can afford. They're going all in here to try desperately to get more rounds on the board.
This is the same what we saw in Mirage, right? It gets to that point we can't afford to lose any more rounds. Someone needs to step up. Potter did have enough of the orb. Will be going back towards B. Fires off the first shot, not unable to land it though. Takes a little bit of damage for a trouble as well. And the nade hits as well. Goes down to 47 HP. And now the terrorists just doing more of the same. They have got a massive advantage in terms of the equipment. Famases, Mag 7s, and no kits either. But Potter could find his first frag. He's going to be Mimi in towards that toxic area for now. The rest of her teammates actually setting up towards A. Smoke comes in to take Potter out of the equation. And she will be falling back now. There's going to be Kath to open things up here, taking on Giuliano.
Well done by Kath. Followed up though, Mimi. She finds Miss Harvey, who tries to get aggressive on the B side. We haven't really seen anyone push in through the B tunnels much from CLG. So instantly found and sorted back to 4 versus 4 immediately, and this starts to favor the terrorists. We always say thinning out the defense.
Yes, indeed, especially in this situation, more so than ever. You can see Dye trying to do what she can there, had to find a frag. That's the reaction coming in from the CTs, but it's Zaz that locks it down. 4-on-3 now, desperate situation for CLG Red. Tournament life on the line here. If they were to drop this map, that's it. WeRunThisPlace will be taking first place, but it's still time to play. We've got round number 13. They need these last few rounds here, but this is looking pretty dire.
Potter passive. Has to hit shots, almost every shot, successfully when they approach into B, and she's already being forced out of position. Molotov's flashes into the corner. She goes. Benita's going to try and set the crossfire, but Mimi's already found her through the smoke. Potter does hit at least one quick shot onto Vilga, but bomb's been dropped. That's the only saving grace for Kath because she has to get there. And it buys her more time to do so, and she's going to go. They have to. It's 1 versus 3, but they need rounds, and she's going to be spotted by Zaz. It's not going to get any better for them.
Yeah, this is getting to the point of no return now. We discussed about this at this point. Do they actually have a chance of rectifying this one? They are going to be forced to buy into this situation. They are at maximum loss bonus now, so $3,400 coming in each time, but just losing these first frags consistently. They are trying to make Potter do some work with the AWP, but that's not even going to be available this round. It's going to be 3 Famases, 1 M4. 1 CZ, no kits, very little utility, just 2 smokes. That's one of them got already, but it doesn't matter. Giuliano opening it up, takes that first shot onto Benita, and there's no smoke towards the middle. That is a little bit of a blunder. Has to be covered at the start of the round, or it's easy pickings there for the T's, as demonstrated. They're going to be going for the boost towards the A bomb site. and trying to have that surprise element hasn't been brought to the table just yet. The Potter just with that CZ has to play close range here and hope for the best. There's the boost on your screen right now. The Terrorist is slowing this right down, waiting for that reaction to come in from the CTs.
Giuliano already having a step in mid with that AWP is just going to watch hold to make sure no one comes back down highway late. And now that the Molotov has extinguished, she'll start a forward stance potentially at the B side. I like this play from Dai though. Rather than sitting back, being a little bit predictable, she's going to try and find herself a favorable position. Potter, a little bit of trigger control, has to reset the aim, but doesn't panic in the situation where she had a surprise shot to hit. And now we're going to see this from Dai. This could be actually really, really good in the fact that it's not a spot they've played just yet, and whether or not they check it will be up for debate. She has to calculate which approach to take first because we know there's one at her back right now inside that checker room, and it's going to be Giuliano. She goes for it. That gives the information, but they're going to line up. She gets all three, and that is a much better stance from CLG to take, finally getting aggressive in those positions when they're down.
Yeah, that's actually very well played from Dai. There's got good attention being gathered from Heathen as well, just trying to make sure they don't check that corner whatsoever. They all line up, 3 kills come in, and a round they desperately needed as well. That's going to be number 14 going in favor of CLG Red, bringing us into 11 in place 3. But what a round that was. We see Potter stepping up with the CZ to open things up, and then the crossfire in B to finish it off as well. So we're going to round number 15. Another round CLG desperately needed. We have got a double AWP setup coming in for WeRunThisPlace. Potter trying to go aggressive towards A main once again. It's going to be smoked out this time. And gets herself boosted once again. Going to be boosting up Calf this time. And Zaz listening out. Maybe able to hear a footstep there. But time ticking away now. The T's just spreading out across the map, working out what's available. Looking like they may be focusing towards mid. It's been a very heavy area of contention for them, making sure they get this control. It's been Giuliano opening up these frags as well as they show their hand now.
Giuliano once more to do exactly that. Both drop at the same time, cover off angles. Potter's got her attention fixed toward the bottom of mid. Keep in mind there is a player in Z connector as well. And on the right moment, they could walk through it. And that moment is now. It's going to try to be a pincer play. Calf compensates though inside the A side. She goes back toward A main, and CLG find a foot where there was really not a stance to grab. And Dai suddenly back toward the truck. It looked like that once that highway came in from Giuliano. It was pretty much all but done on the execution, so Calf takes the fight. And now it's a retake, and it's all possible as they've got decent utility to play with. Miss Harvey has the kit. Position's pretty straightforward from WeRunThisPlace. It's one to get the information, and then the switch play. Mimi goes early. She at least spots up and gets away with it. A risky maneuver to make, but it now means Zaz doesn't have to try and get information. She can just wait for them to cross, and that's what's going to happen. It's one down already traded as Dai shoots through the box, but Mimi, she's going to hold the angle, goes for the aggression early, and she'll get it on the second peak. 12-3 again at half for WeRunThisPlace.
Yeah, nice little setup there on the bomb site. The quad player just getting all the attention there. They're not even checking the close range positions, and it's going to be Mimi stepping up for the final kill. 12 plays 3, actually the same scoreline we saw on Mirage, but CLG Red got back into that game. They did win the pistol and did get reset after, but they definitely made a convincing case for themselves. Going to need more than that this time. A good scoreline isn't going to cut it this time. They're going to have to make sure they win the pistol and do some serious work and build up some massive momentum here. They're going to be on the T side now. 4 sets of armor and Dai with that smoke. I'd assume they're going to be going towards the A site and just smoking off towards highway, potentially maybe towards short. And we'll see how this one goes down. Actually playing 3 players, or maybe 4, towards the B storage area. And slowing it right down. A lot of CT teams will show heavy aggression towards B storage at the start. It's going to be Vilga getting headshot by the Glocks, taking down the 15 HP. And now Miss Harvey going for the face as well. She gets a dink as well.
And this is a good start to get that dink on Zaz, who isn't discouraged by it. She goes back in to try and fight, gets an escape pattern as well, goes back around and does massive damage. Not only 1 kill, but Dai's gone down to 6 HP. It makes Nikki's job inside of the site much easier. But as I say that, it's Benita who wins in that exchange, and suddenly the bomb is on toward the platform. No utility to try and smoke out this retake position. Dai's got 2 flashes, which might be able to buy some time when they do try and re-enter, as Giuliano and Mimi both approaching from heaven. Trying to play the pick game, but this is even better, as Potter is going to get behind them. They'll go. They might flood in, but she's going to have the right position. And the exchange is favoring her team regardless. She may not even need to come into the fold. She knows exactly where Giuliano, the last player, is, and she gets the headshot. CLG Red with something to build on.
Absolutely a must-win pistol there for CLG Red. They pick it up, and a nice little backstab from Potter there to finish things off. Could have taken the shot a little bit sooner, but wanted to make sure she didn't give her position away. It works out. They get the bomb planted, and they capitalize when the CT's coming for the retake as well. So WeRunThisPlace, I would say, don't really need to invest into this round heavily. They've got such a better rounds to play with. It's not really required, especially, and their AWPer in the form of Vilga as well has invested, so they won't have that AWP in the first round if they do lose this round. So number 17 coming in now. We have got 3 rifles for CLG, 2 SMGs, and we'll see what their approach is coming in as they do spread themselves out. No one towards B whatsoever. It does mean you kind of are committed towards the A side of the map. It was a problem on Mirage, if you remember. And see how they approach the situation. Full 5-man stack on the A side, actually. This could be interesting.
Harvey's already opened up the door. Juliano will have heard that. They're going to sit. No one's going to peek. And how do you get this information without facing at this point? Smoke off toward the NBK spot. Nikki also showing the discipline, also not going to move. It's a gamble at this point for CLG. A minute left to work with, which seems like an eternity, but in situations like this, it's really not. Because if they decide late to go back to B, they have to beat the rotations there. Nikki is going to be forced out by the Flames, caught by D as well with the MP7, so well executed to find at least the first kill.
Indeed. Well, still 4 players for WeRunThisPlace on the A-bomb side, but you can see CLG Red maybe detecting this as a stack. They did flush 1 player out with the Molotov and detecting that there might be other presence there as well, but it's quite risky in this situation. You don't have any map control whatsoever. Going back, you could run into any CT players there, but in this situation, they're going to be absolutely fine. Making their way through the vents, Cap picks up the kill on towards Vilga, and it should be a very clean-cut affair here as we go into number 17. 20 seconds remaining, bomb will be planted, 5 players still alive for CLG. Quite low HP though. This could be interesting, as I said, although Juliana just get taken down.
It's another good start with bomb down in this round, although they are low enough on HP. These pistols can still do massive damage. Even if not to win the round at this point, but economically. And Zaz is just going to hold from heaven. I highly doubt with armor, they'll go for this with the 5.7s, but as soon as I say that, they've got a chance because Mimi and Zaz each pick up a kill, and then Mimi follows it up even further. Zaz is committed at this point. The drive-by as well from Zaz. Stylish, but in the end, not quite enough. But talk about the economic damage in that situation.
Yeah, absolutely. That was a 2-on-5 situation going down to a 1-on-1. It was obviously always going to go CLG's favor, but like you said, did a lot of work with the money there. And WeRunThisPlace after that full investment on the second will be on a full eco this time, and as I mentioned before, that does cause problems for the AWPer going into that first gun round. And it's why when you have this huge advantage, it's sometimes it's advised to take a couple of ecos and finish things properly in the gun rounds. Or Potter going very aggressive towards middle, straight towards highway with that UMP, and should be able to find the opening frag here, which he does, taking down Nikki.
Potter, though, isn't done just there either. The UMP. She'll start to build the bank back up for what was lost. They need to be careful to keep these AKs up, as well, because obviously the reinvestment means that things stay extremely close and could be broken sooner, but they do exactly that. 5 players staying alive. And no EWP being picked up. There is for Potter. That's why the SMG is so fruitful in that situation. Not only that, getting the 2 kills makes it an easy choice, but nothing to go against her from the CT side.
You see how this begins the rots when you have these huge advantages? This is like how a lot of top teams will approach those situations as well. And you go into the first gun round, you've got no kits, you've got no AWP, you don't have any incendiaries, makes things very difficult. And if you lose this round, it becomes a little bit dangerous. And you allow these teams to get in it round by round as your economy gets out of control. But there it is, first bit of damage coming in towards Giuliano. She goes down to 11. And the T's will probably be aware of that as well. It's going to be holding up for now, more of a default play here. They've actually got map control, which was a problem on Mirage. So you die towards the toxic area, and they're holding the mid storage as well.
Kath's going to go for the boost late. Having done some initial damage on the A site. Significant damage, as you say. Giuliano down to 11 HP. Zaz, though, has been quite quiet and content within this containment of the vents. Vilga will give her the information, go for the peek, and that's going to happen surely. Where is it? It's got to arrive. It's not. They're going to play this more passive than I expected. Now Zaz will go on the flash from Vilga. That was all she was waiting for, but it only amounts to 1 as Kath comes immediately back and picks up 2 in turn.
I like this from Mimi, though. She's had the AWP shots coming in. She's going to be going aggressively pushing and could find 2 kills here. It's going to be the first one. The AWPer is on the second. The bomb is dropped. Fantastic play from Mimi. Secures the round here. And we just have Cap towards highway. She does have the advantage of positional control. I'm not sure they're going to be aware. She'll be so far up the highway right now. We have got to play her towards CD spawn. This could be a nice shot, but she's going to be detected now. Needs to find that kill to make it work. She actually rectifies it. Giuliano with an interesting decision there to reface. I have to say, they have the control of the bomb. Wasn't really required. Still so much to do here, and Calf with another lovely headshot could actually win this round as well. 15 seconds remains, going to smoke out the CD player and get the bomb. Should have enough time to plant that. She might be very close. I actually don't think she does.
I don't think she does either. 8 seconds. No, no way.
No, she might do. 4.
She's not.
Got it, she got it. That's fine.
Oh, that is extremely close. I did not expect that at all. And suddenly the one-on-one is alive, but 13 HP. She's got a Molotov. She's going to face for it. Kath going for the ace to try and clutch out the round, but it's Mimi to break the heart and get the first CT round on the board for We Run This Place.
Yeah, We Run This Place, over-facing that situation. Just let the time run out. Don't even give the opportunity to give those kills away, especially when you had very low HP as well. But hats off to Kath there. 4 frags, some excellent shots as well. Unable to convert that to a victory, but made a very convincing case for it. Done a lot of damage to the CT's economy as well. It's definitely not healthy at the moment. You can see they've actually got about 3,500 average on the team. So going to be going into this one with a struggle of a buy. This could be a perfect time now for CLG to capitalize. They have got the orbs, they have got the AKs, and decent utility as well. Those kills that Kath got were actually very valuable, even though she didn't win the round.
Valuable indeed, as Giuliano at least survives the 1 AK over to their side. Pistol for Nikki. Significant. And this actually is the reset potential we talked about.
Yeah.
Now facing We Run This Place. So crucial round for CLG's chances of a comeback. Panita already outmanned Vilga, forced off of the white box. Doesn't spot that, and that means the 1-2 punch is a little late. However, they still go. Wow. They bust out the vent for her, and Zaz just pops out. As soon as they're distracted, it's Vilga's turn to be the second one into the fight, and she immediately picks up her fair share. Just like that, Vilga's gonna get Potter as well. This is all too easy for We Run This Place this round.
Yeah, that really difficult buy going into this one. There's great crossfires towards mid, locking it down as soon as they made their approach, facing from the vents and picking up 2 frags. Zaz has had a fantastic tournament so far. It's Nikki to finish things off here and bring We Run This Place to 14th place 6. The money has been broken for the terrorists as well. They can't really allow themselves to go into a full eco here. Gonna have to take the force buy. Get a little purchase, Tech 9s, and this could be it. Just touching distance now from winning this tournament. The European squad were looking to prove themselves here against CLG Red, I would say the most infamous female team. And this would be a massive game for them to take in 2-0.
Giuliano going to be set inside the site. Miss Harvey opening the door, but it's an invitation for the Molotov if there ever was one. The smoke's already deployed, but Giuliano, she's going to try and time this so that it completely kills the duration of the entry smoke. Doesn't matter. Miss Harvey's through it. Tech 9 straight to the face of Mimi, and she's already back within the depths, but they haven't found Giuliano just yet. She nearly gets die as well. Vilga does finally get Potter. At least one more for them as they attempt to get back toward the site, but CLG is going to have the bomb down. A player advantage. Vilga has to try and get the early information because of that smoke at the corner.
So 3-on-2 now. It's going to be Nikki to find her first kill onto Kath, neutralizing the situation here. Done a lot of damage to die as well. She goes to 1 HP. We've got Miss Harvey on the bomb site. They're working together, trying to work out what they can do. Still have an incendiary as well. Gonna drop in quad and just make that eradicated of a possibility, but Miss Harvey will be picking up this kill on the bomb site. There it is. Comes down to the 1-on-1. They are away out of position, and now the cat and mouse chase begins. As Vilga finding her 3rd frag, potentially, it's going to be Miss Harvey that capitalizes and keeps CLG alive here in the grand final.
Alive and kicking. Just enough money where a force is, it's a possibility. It's not something that I would necessarily go for in this situation because they've still got 7 rounds in hand. As soon as they start forcing up in situations like that, taking their money down to 0 would really cost them. So smartly, they're going to go and, I don't know, you can dub the name for this the level buy, where they leave everything at 2,000, I guess. If you got a better name, Henry, by all means.
There's loads of terms we need to come up with. There's a lot of things we always say we need to establish. But here we go then. That's a really aggressive start. Pushing the squeaky door. Zaz gets the AK as well. Could get more for this as well. Die, desperate to stay alive. Hasn't got any backup from the teammates, but manages to get that kill. Such a big frag to make.
Big frag as well, because that was the AK picked up. So Zaz never really gets to use the one weapon recovered to their advantage. And that could have been crucial in the situation. Giuliano now. MP9 in hand, in behind the forklift. Has the site all to herself to try and hold and fend from CLG. And the Molotov, there it is, used instantly and correctly. Die catches her, forces her out. And although these Deagles from a distance have potential to do damage, it's not likely they will in this situation, at least not enough to compensate for the fact that it's a 1 versus 4.
Well, there it is. The final kill comes in. Vilga drops, and it's going to be Another round going in favor of us CLG. 14 plays 8 now. Just got to take it piece by piece. And it's another weak buy coming in for WeRunThisPlace as well. So still signs of life here. It's not over just yet. CLG fighting back slowly but surely as we enter round number 23 now. No AWP for CLG. Going to be 5 rifles, but 2 of those are kills. So still just trying to build up their own bankroll here. Like they will be focusing towards the A side as well. Potentially going for that fast A take. We saw it before earlier in the half. Going for the squeaky door control, and it's only going to be Giuliano towards A as well. Mimi rotating back from highway. Very precarious position there, trying to flash through the door. Going to be denied straight away.
Worthy effort. Cheeky play. Late smoke, second flash thrown off the vents. That pops immediately on the corner. No one to be caught by it, though, because they've already wrapped to the forklift. It's Mimi that shut them down in doing so. But Miss Harvey, caught by Zaz. That was almost the right play. That was almost perfect if she walked through the back of that smoke. She would have had 2 easy kills. But smartly, CLG is instantly called for a switch. And Nikki, who is trying to flank around, is too far to catch the first 2 into the site. She might spot up D. She will. And does she get her? Easily so.
There it is then, 4-on-2. Bomb has been planted. The retake is on. No kits for the CT, so still something to work with here. Potter finds one, but Nikki's going to come in, bring it into, I was about to say a 3-on-1, but she drops as well. Vilga with the final frag. Got to give WeRunThisPlace tournament point here. And CLG Red, let's have a look at the cash coming in. They're going to have enough to play with here. They could definitely get an AWP with that bomb pun as well. An extra $800, but a very big round for WeRunThisPlace to win as well. And they keep 3 players alive. And they should be getting an AWP themselves. Actually can't afford one, but this is it now. CLG Red have to have 7 clean rounds in a row, Matt, just to stay alive in this one.
Championship point. Intel Challenge point for WeRunThisPlace. Backs against the wall for CLG Red. And there is, as you mentioned, the AWP onto Potter. It's rifles to go against it. 2 players rotating. Immediately through Zed connector. They're going to get aggressive as well, Zaz and Vilga. And Zaz is going to burrow herself back toward those vents. Giuliano flashed into A main. They're looking for control anywhere that it's available. We saw this style from them now. 3 consecutive maps on the CT side. And CLG is waiting for a slip up, waiting for a gift. And an early pick to try and help their chances. Miss Harvey opens the door, tries to catch Mimi, going back toward forklift. She'll spot her late. Goes for the reshot, but it's Mimi that gets the kill. And as we were mentioning that off camera, they also lost Die as well. So it's 3 plays 5 on championship point. WeRunThisPlace. A real chance to wrap this up right now.
Absolutely. Everything to play for now. The T's still have smoke grenades still, but this could be it.
Giuliano, quick flash in, Kath caught. Is Giuliano going to be able to secure it? Gets at least 1 more. Massive damage done on a Potter. It's just 1 to go. She's boosted. Benita, she's going to drop back down, but Giuliano's flashed up. Can't do anything of it just yet. The nade goes out, and it's going to be a duel. Benita, she manages to pull it back just slightly, but she has to go for the ace. It was 1 versus 5 just to keep this game alive. And she's bought herself some space. She has the bomb. And 36 seconds to work with. Decent positioning from Nylon as well, as Nikki's going to try and push into this mid-garage. Benita, she's limited in her options. 28 HP.
3-on-1. Everything to play for now. Can't drop her frag whatsoever. This is it. Tension building. 15 seconds remain.
And the timing, it looked like it might catch at least 1 rotation, but it's there that Vilga will stop it. It's there that she'll wrap it up. And WeRunThisPlace. They've run this tournament, I have to say, very convincing, and I have to say impressive as well. The coordination within this team was very noticeable. Good timings, good set executions, and good trades as well on the CT side.
Yeah, this is a great overall package. As soon as we saw them play against LDOC, I knew they were going to be hot contenders for this, and it just seems like Giuliano stepping up massively time and time again. Vilga as well, very impressive. Zaz, for me, one of the MVPs of this series. Very strong play across the board, and it's a shame to see CLG Red losing a championship was this synonymous with tournament victories, this team. But finally they have been dethroned and it's going to be your champions. WeRunThisPlace taking the $30,000, I believe.
That's correct, and the trophy on top of that, the glory of being victorious. A long week of Counter-Strike in Katowice. We run this place. Intel Challenge 2016 Katowice champions. In impressive fashion, bringing in both experience and some young talent. I have to say, everyone on this team had an excellent tournament, and they deserve this, rightfully so.
As they are taking this place down around us, it is a fabulous bookend to what's been an amazing 5-6 days here in Katowice. That was a great win for you, wasn't it?
Yeah, we have been practicing a lot for this.
And as battles go, as contests go, in the end, it wasn't too difficult.
It actually wasn't.
I love the confidence. You as a person, you are seen by many as one of the most legendary players in this scene. Do you think now you're starting to get all the accolades that need to come your way, that deserve to come your way, lifting trophies, people talking about you in this godlike ability?
I actually don't know what to say. I'm just so happy right now. I don't have no words.
Well, that's a great way to end an interview. Listen, congratulations. It was a fabulous battle. Put your hands together for our winners of the Intel Challenge. And that is it from us here on the stage. We're going to end it with the man we always end with. That is the Machine. Buddy, it's over to you.
Thank you very much, OJ. The Intel Challenge concludes with an interview from the legendary Zaz herself. Not only present, though, every single member of WRTP delivering in that grand final. And actually, you know what? They summarized it so beautifully there on the stage. We didn't have to work too hard. It was actually kind of easy, and that's a huge statement. That's a huge... They've thrown down the gauntlet to any woman CS player who wants to step up, make a team, and challenge them out next year, because now the defending champions have done it back to back. Sapphire, let's talk cash.
What can I say? They lived up to their name. Just, I mean, they ran cash. There was no...
There was not much to say.
CLG had no answer. Mimi really stepped up that game. Zaz, of course, was on top as usual. CLG really struggled. Like Miss Harvey, I noticed she was 2-17, which that rarely ever happens from her. So she just...
Pressure perhaps mounting for her.
Yeah.
I mean, they also had the nightmare scenario regarding economy, right? Yeah. They were down 3-0, win a gun round, lose the following round, get their money system reset every time. I think Mimi, Giuliano, and Zaz, between the three of them, had 50 frags in the first half, which was just a really dominating performance. And they went for the pretty much same stuff throughout the half, right? They were starting from a default, waiting for CLG to spend some of their nades, smokes, and so on. Then, okay, let's go here, go as a unit, get the good trades, as Henry and Matt were pointing out. Just, you know, were on point individually and could get pretty much easy rounds throughout the half. Also Nylon, who didn't have a bunch of frags, but a lot of times she would by herself go out mid. They would get mid control as well, and you could see that CLG was struggling to react. I think what they should have done more on their city side is they should have gone for more aggression. You saw the first gun round they won. Potter went for an aggressive peek in Squeaky, got a kill there, then another kill in main. Then for a lot of time they were just playing passively, and WRTP was punishing them really hard for that.
Yeah, there was definitely that presence from Potter, and I thought we saw her just tempting it towards like A main on CT side, like she'd kind of have a look, but there was definitely not as much as there could have been, and we do see them falling. So CLG Red still yet to pick up the win, and you can see them celebrating in style there. Zaz was speechless, and indeed seems like the desk is as well. We do once again crown a victor for the Intel Challenge here in Katowice. It would not be possible without Intel or Aniki bringing this event once again to fruition. $30,000 picked up across the entirety of the 8 teams who are competing. And I do just want to quickly, you know, remind everyone that yes, we had a grand finalist, but we also had international presences. We had German teams, Brazilians, Chinese. It's good to see. We know CS is truly a worldwide phenomenon, and it's good to see represented in the Intel Challenge as well. Any closing thoughts from you, Safa? Nice to have you on the desk.
It was just fantastic tournament. We started with an amazing day with that semifinals, and the teams are going to remember that one for a while. That was exciting, and just to go out in fashion with WRTP, I mean, just amazing, and it really solidifies them as top female team right now in the world. Yeah,
and of course, without the amount of input that CLG currently have, I mean, imagine what could happen if you gave players within that roster the same kind of resources as the North Americans.
Easiest prediction of my life, yet again. And that's all I have to say.
There you go. Janko making easy predictions throughout Katowice. And it has been a very, very good set of days. We have basically had 4 days here in Poland of non-stop action, and now it is coming to an end. The Spodek was loud, as was the arena here today. And now it's time to say goodbye. Thank you so much for joining us. Whatever you are watching, whatever game it was, especially if you were here for the Intel tournament, now we are going to say goodbye. We hope to see you next year. See you soon.